What's up, what's up, what's up? It's the Kill Your Gods podcast, and we are back with part two of the Treehouse of Horror saga. Man, it goes down a hill quick here. My guests are Rusty Wright of the Sweet Heat and Crappy Club for Jerks podcast. That's a Simpsons podcast, in case you couldn't guess. And Dave Primiano of the Rank Bank podcast. Some of the other fellas from the Crappy Club for Jerks podcast gave me a little guff when I saw them this week. Like, ranking Treehouse of Horrors. Where'd you get that idea, Mr. Dram? Dorian and Jay know I'm fucking around. Go listen to the Crappy Clubs for Jerk podcast. I can't find it. I looked for it. I don't know. Guys, see me coming up on Thursday, November 4th. That'll be at Stickman Brewing in South Philadelphia. On the 13th, I'll be running a sober comedy show at the Kiss Club? Yeah, at the Kiss Club in Woodbury, New Jersey. Flying Fish on November 18th. That's in Somerdale, New Jersey. Then December 3rd, I have a show in Bordentown. And December 16th, Animated Brewing. I believe that is in Coatesville. I'm not sure where the podcast goes after this. I have nothing in mind. This is gonna be an extended break. I'm putting this episode out a little early. It's Halloween. People want to talk about their shit. Thank you to anybody who listened and shared to the Every Simpsons Treehouse of Horror We Didn't Start the Fire parody I recorded last week. I would have liked a few more shares, but fuck it, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of my stupid Simpsons song. I'm also proud of my brother Kenny, who gave birth to his first child this week, so I'm officially an uncle. I was technically an uncle, now I'm officially an uncle. I'm looking forward to seeing the kid sometime. Um, I think I have some ideas for episodes coming up. I think we're gonna have another new metal episode. I think the show in general is gonna turn more conversational. We'll still talk shit, but I think I want the topic to be a feature and not the whole show. Not gonna lie, numbers have gone down since Infinite Jest and have continued to go down. I think part of that is with it. By the way, if you don't like the audio quality, I'm recording this right in my laptop. I almost said microphone. So it'll be fine in a second because that'll go back to the old recording where we used everything. But yeah, as much as I like them, I feel like the long form book club format makes it very difficult because then people can't just jump in wherever. They have to commit to 9 whole episodes or one or none, but it's not a recipe for success. So we're going to try to condense things, going to try to get people around. I haven't given up on this podcast, and I hope you haven't either. I know I have my subscribers out there. If you're subscribing, drop me a fucking line. Seriously, I won't think you're weird. I don't think you're weird. I have a collection of weirdos on Facebook that I follow. Oh my god, there's a fucking schizophrenic guy who makes these fucking videos every 3 or so hours where he just gives his location and his phone number and his license plate. He is messaging those videos to me directly now. I don't even have to look for him anymore. That is a very considerate schizophrenic. My point being, I won't feel weird if you guys message me. I am just one dickhead who thinks he has some creative and interesting things to say. And some people agree with me because I get my downloads, but fuck it, I'll level with you guys. Comedy has always been weird for me. Comedy might not mean anything to you. To me, comedy has been the weaponization of my intelligence and creativity. It is the best way to express myself. It is the best way for me to control a room. Problem I've always had, though, is I feel like a lot of comedians, their fan base look up to them. Think like Joe Rogan, Bill Burr, like these get Doug Stanhope. People who love these guys want to be like these guys. And I see that and I love these people. It's like Dave Chappelle, his controversy. But at the same time, I do all this and I think, who the fuck would ever want to be like me? I don't like people. I don't like fun. I mean, I like some fun things. I'm a fucking agoraphobic for fuck place. I like my house, my rabbits, my wife, and alcohol, and that's about it. Who the fuck wants to be me? You know? So, like, I don't know how to appeal to people because I've always just been me. I'm trying to make a new friend right now. Me and him hung out, and he talked about college sports and cryptocurrency for 20 minutes, and I kept up my end of it. But it's like, oh wow, I don't particularly give a shit about any of this. Like, I need to find a friend who is just my one true friend, Neil Wood, just because he'll follow me on anything. But I need to find a friend that's like, okay, you are into novelty, new movies you've never seen before more than anything else. Always looking for something new. You like heavy metal and professional wrestling and horror movies and stand up comedy and sketch comedy from the midnight and Michael Ian Black. That's who you like. Also, you read a lot. Who the fuck? If I met that guy, I probably wouldn't like him. This has gone on too long. Anyway, Treehouse of Horror. I'll see you when I see you. Later. Fucking impressive.
All right. Treehouse of Horror 9. Somebody want to take Hell to Pay?
Sure. What's it called? Three strike Snake. Yeah, he gets arrested for a third thing.
The third thing being smoking in a store.
Smoking in a store, yeah, and that's 3 strikes, you're out. So he gets the electric chair, and Homer gets his hair donated to him. But then the hair starts infecting Homer's brain, making him act like Snake, and he takes revenge out on all the people who put him away, which is Apu, was it Mo and Bart? Yeah.
Honestly, I think just the sight of Homer with Snake's hair is the only, like, it's funnier than any of the actual gags, I think.
Yeah, this was one of the ones where the childhood memory ranking system kind of betrayed me, because I remember this as being a heater. It's one of the ones I most vividly remember, but it's pretty average.
I disagree. I think there's a lot of great stuff in this one. You'll never harm another person with secondhand smoke, and his body starts smoking while he's being electrocuted.
That's my favorite gag in it.
Dr. Nick punching Homer and giving the drugs to himself. Them like the cops just taking all the free shit after Apu's murdered. I think this is probably one of the last all-timers in my book.
I have it highlighted. As the best one in this segment for sure. I mean, best segment in this episode.
Yeah, easily.
It definitely carries it, but it makes this fall just at number 10 for me.
This is number 9. Where's my list?
Well, while we do that, we'll do the quick one. The Terror of Tiny Toon. Bart and Lisa get sucked into the TV. We get a cameo from Regis and Kathy Lee. The whole thing is Itchy and Scratchy are chasing them, but then they end up into the real world. And
I like the gag of Bart drawing an eject button to get them out.
That was pretty neat.
I love those kind of like cartoon. I have such a soft spot for Itchy and Scratchy.
You love cartoon physics?
I do. I love like stupid fucking anvil gags.
I gave this one a 4. Just not many laughs. It was like cool, a Poochie reference.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, if I didn't like Itchy and Scratchy so much, I would have this as like one of the worst first 10 segments.
The opening crusty, but tonight I'm gonna suck your blood. Other than that, though, I think that's the only 2 laughs in this one. So I gave it a 4.
Yeah, it's a low ranker. After this, we have Starship Poopers, which third Kang and Kodos major feature. So yeah, we discover after her baby legs fall off and she gets her first tooth, and it's a horrible fang, that Maggie is in fact the child of Kang or Kodos, because I don't remember. I think it was Kang. But so we get the whole. There's some great gags in this beginning thing. I think it falls apart when they go on Jerry Springer, and then you have a lot of people not acting true to their instinct. I mean, Homer fighting Kang is pretty fun, but like, Marge, there's a great joke in there too of like, I got something to say to that disgusting monster. You mean Homer? My favorite gag being when Marge is recounting how she was abducted. Like, suddenly I was abducted without warning. Warning, warning, prepare to be abducted.
This episode worked for me because there always has been a lot of like mystery around Maggie. Obviously, you don't think she's an alien, but it was a fun plot thread to play out. But I think it lacks direction. It kind of goes off the rails. It's one of the more silly, fun segments, but
I agree. It doesn't end well, but I feel like every line that Kodos or Kang said is a fucking hits. Set coordinates for the obscure T-shirt producing planet known as Earth. We're quantum Presbyterians.
I mean, there's also the great
When Homer finds out, was he better than me?
They end up in the set of the alley behind a porno theater, and he quickly inseminates Marge with a ray gun, and then pulls a whole like, well, I have to go. I have an early meeting tomorrow, but you're a super girl, and then just like drops her to the couch. Oh, that takes me back to my bachelor days.
Kang Kodos just fucking rule.
I have that one at 11th. So it's this. I feel like it's starting to tail off from here.
Yeah.
So wait, you have 2 double-digit ones in the top 10?
Yes. One coming soon, and one is kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's well, good. It's going to get good again, and then it goes right back to shit.
I'm curious what you're thinking. I have a very late one that, while not the funniest, is genuinely really creepy, and I'm looking forward to getting to that one.
Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. As time
no,
works.
I think we're gonna stop.
Yeah, as time works, we will get.
We're actually getting further away from it.
So number 10, the intro has Kang and Kodos hosting in front of a live audience. I love it. It's dumb gags. This is a pretty strong episode, starting with the first one. I know what
I disagree.
Really?
This one is the first one's okay.
Okay, well, we start with I know what you diddly did.
Do you like Ned Flanders as a character?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I was just curious because I feel like if you like Flanders, then you'll like this episode. But if you don't like Flanders, then
this first one's the strongest one of the 3.
So yeah, we get this is a weird mix of both werewolf and I know what you did last summer. The Simpsons run over Ned Flanders while he's out on a fog walk, where we get the fun. I guess I forgot to put the fog lights in.
I think that line alone elevated this one up.
I really like Homer trying to weekend with Bernie's Ned to kill him in front of Maude.
I'm sorry, I just remembered back in King Homer when Mr. Burns is throwing the smoke grenades and singing his song.
I don't remember his song.
Walking in the Smoke.
Oh.
I'll send you a clip. I fucking hate you guys.
Okay.
We've just moved past it.
Exactly. That's in the past. Stop. Look forward.
Yeah.
Rusty.
We're trying to get closer to the one I'm talking about.
Everything's connected. Get further away.
Yes, it is the same show.
But yeah, it turns out Ned was a werewolf. Like
that falls apart. Yeah.
Yeah, that is where like just be one thing. This might be unpopular. I really like the Xena one. Desperately Zeking Xena.
The worst score I've given out yet.
Really?
3 out of 10 I gave this one. Not funny at all.
This might have something. Well, keep in mind, I do have a hatred of nerds and nerd culture. So I do kind of like that. Also, I forget whether this was the line. Fuck, was it this one or a different one? Like, oh, wherever you notice one of those inconsistencies, a wizard did it. Is that her? Or am I thinking of a different episode?
Maybe.
Okay.
Now it's my turn to not remember.
The only gag I remember being kind of funny was her about to remove the breastplate while on that giant magnet, and then changes her mind when all the nerds take out their cameras. Other than that, I didn't find this one good. I think this the beginning of the end.
I love everything about the collector. I love her seducing the collector. I love that he dies of sadness basically after opening a mint condition, still in the package, double lightsaber.
Okay. Yeah, you do hate nerd stuff.
I do.
You don't, yeah.
That's right.
I'm-
They deserve to die for enjoying things.
I like to picture Jesse watching this episode and just like getting really excited at the idea of some nerd somewhere being sad about it.
Rusty, did you hate this one as much?
I think that it's the weakest in this episode.
Hmm.
That's why I was surprised when he said that the diddly one held it back, because I think that
What?
didn't you say that?
No, I
No,
said
he
the
said that
diddly
was the
one's the
best
best one.
Oh, okay, never mind. I think Life's a Glitch, Then You Die is the best one, but
It's
Um,
okay.
Then the next one, Life's a Glitch, Then You Die. This was one of the rare ones. I did not know what it was just from the title when I was looking it up. This is the Y2K one. So before we get into this, guys, where were you when Y2K rolled over?
Florida.
7.
I was 13 and I was taking a shit because I ate something bad. And I came out and I said, "Oh, I missed it. I guess we're okay."
I was in Florida visiting the grandparents as I did before I was old enough to stop going with my mom. And then I was on the AOL Instant Messenger, and at 12:01 sounds like Happy New Year. I'm like, oh, we have the internet still.
Yeah, I was 7. I was asleep. But my ex from St. Petersburg, Russia, she told me that in Russia they heard about Y2K, but they thought that it was dumb and they didn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, that's because you have like a Casio cassette tape. What's the worst that could have fucking happened?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be honest, like a lot. So yeah, I love the ball drops and it says 1900. Everything starts freaking out. I love that they're trying to get on the ship at the end. Lisa and Marge get on the one as one of the bright people. Homer and Bart get on another, but that turns out to be the one of malcontents they're trying to get rid of. On that rocket ship that we find out is going to the sun, we have Rosie O'Donnell, Pauly Shore, Tom Arnold playing himself, which I love, especially like, yeah, my movies weren't great, but I never tied anybody up and made them watch them. And I could have too, because I'm a big guy and I'm good with knots.
I love sending Tanya Harding and fucking Al Sharpton into space.
Mm-hmm. The question is, that rocket ship is happening today. Who gets sent on that rocket ship to the sun?
I mean, you'll get the opposite answers depending on who you ask.
All right, right off the rip, if you're asking me to draft who I think it would be, Jeff Bezos, easy. Lil Nas X,
he would want
easy.
To be there.
I think they would send Lil Nas X.
They're on the good ship.
Huh?
Are they on the good ship? Because I know people that would equally want to send them into the sun.
Yeah, I'm going for the bad one. I had like the Kardashians, Jake and Logan Paul.
I'm okay. I'm fine with both of those answers.
Yeah, just the cultural annoyers of the
Ben
time.
Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
They'd find a way to miss the sun if he was on it.
No.
Burn. Well,
not burn because he misses the sun. Oh man, that's a great. The sun. That's the hottest place on earth. That's a fantastic line.
Yeah.
I don't. This is an average one in my books, but the McDonald's resetting to zero served. I thought that was pretty funny. Krusty yelling nectar as a hummingbird. It's silly. That's a silly one, but it gets me.
I'm a broken record with that shit, but I just think that this is a great Simpsonization of a trope. They took Y2K and they made it happen in Springfield, and I think that it's funny.
Nice. Where do you...
I feel like you got like when you have a certain attachment to the characters, like seeing Krusty, like what would happen to Krusty, pacemaker fails, like this like spiraling thing. It's interesting.
Yeah. Where did you guys have this episode ranked?
13.
Number this season 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 9.
All right.
Okay.
We get the Treehouse 11. The intro is the Munsters. I love it. Who wants to take Ghost Dad?
Check Miss Buxley Fair. I guess you can. Oh, okay. Now I remember. Okay, this one. Okay, I had this one pretty good. This is where Homer.
It's a good one.
Dies because wait, doesn't he get like a horoscope? Like you're gonna die
Die
today.
today, yeah. And
And then
he
he
proceeds
avoids
to not
dying, and
die.
then he eats a piece of broccoli, and that kills him. And then the ghost, in one of my favorite gags, eats the broccoli, and then the ghost dies too. And yeah, he has to do like a good deed to get him into heaven, which I don't think the ending doesn't do much for me.
Yeah. I do. We get the great line of I do love everything trying to kill Homer. He holds up his arm with a viper on it, and he says, "Snakes, nature's quitters." Great. He kills Agnes Skinner trying to get into heaven.
I'm
We do
pretty
have
Claims
sure
she's going to be the next Hitler.
The only good line at the end where he's talking to St. Peter, he's like, "Oh, I didn't see it." He's like, "I thought you could see everything." Like, no, you're thinking of Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's where it fell off. Yeah, it's like, okay, we don't really know how to end it. We're just gonna
Yes,
we're
that's
just gonna
exactly
do a
what they
thing.
did.
This is a solid. It's got some good. The broccoli thing alone is a fucking great one.
I always like broccoli, so I don't know.
I'm a broccoli fan too, but it just the way it doubles down and kills him again
Right.
is fucking hilarious.
All right, who wants to take scary tales? Scary tales can come true.
Who wants to after Dave just went? All right, teacher. Fucking cocky ass substitute.
Hey, I could burn through all these myself. I'm trying to involve you.
You can, dude. You have a beautiful, buttery smooth voice.
It's getting scratchy.
It's just a classic fairy tale one. A lot of visual gags in it where it's just like reimagining Simpsons stuff as fairy tale shit. Homer is the village oaf and gets fired from it, which is I think that's fun. And so the kids go out and Marge sends him after him. It's basically Lisa doing some like fucking Goldilocks 3 Bears shit. I really didn't even take any notes on this one.
It's not that good. It's
There's
no child will ever starve in my home, and then he just throws him out of the home.
Right. There's only two. There's two jokes that work well for me. There's Homer trying to climb Rapunzel's hair and scalping her in the process. And I love the payoff that the witch says she has a boyfriend named George Cauldron. And then at the end, George Cauldron shows up for their date.
I think it's fun too that Bart mixes the hot and cold porridge.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
one.
fucking great, actually.
Yeah, well, this is an easy one.
Yeah, that one got a 6 out from me.
Yeah.
Just it's got a few that work.
All right. Finally, Night of the Dolphin, which could be related to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but not really. We find out that the local SeaWorld place, there's a dolphin named Snorky. Lisa feels bad, helps him escape, and it turns out Snorky is the king of the dolphins, and they take over the earth. The best part of this for me is the dolphins taking over, and we see Snorky show up at a town hall, and he starts off, he's like, Snorky, talk. I'm sorry, let me start again. And he just has like a perfect Harry Shearer diction voice. That's all I have for this. It's fine.
Hitchhiker's Guide is very near and dear to my heart. So I just love the dolphin intelligent race reference.
Mm-hmm.
It's let's see. There's some jokes that work, but yeah, this is a pretty mediocre one. Kent Brockman shines in this one. Dolphins. Did I say killer dolphins? I meant Italians. Gray, bottlenose, intelligent Italians. Intelligent Italians. Something's wrong. Great line by Quimby. We're all frightened and horny. But yeah.
Nice.
Just this one. What's this, 11? Where did I put you, 11?
I put 11 at 11.
Actually, it got to 10, I think. Okay, so the ghost dad might have helped boost this up.
Yeah, that inflates it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
There is also the little Kang and Kodos epilogue on this episode.
Which, by the way, I read that what happened was they forgot to put them in the episode, and they actually had a last-minute argument like, is this going to be the first one we don't include them? And they just put that little bumper on the end.
Well, I'm glad they did.
That's right. All right. Number 12. First, we have Hex in the City. The Simpsons are in ethnic town where they meet a gypsy fortune teller. None of this has aged well, but I don't particularly care about gypsies, so who cares?
They're not real people.
Exactly.
This is, by the way, it's not the shit where you're like, oh my God, that'll get us canceled. Sorry about that one. That gets you canceled. It's the ones where they go back and hear you unapologetically say, gypsies aren't real people. Like, those are the ones that'll get you, bud.
They're not mythological? What? If they
Yeah.
are real, they don't have like internets.
Yeah, it's like
They're
centaurs, griffins, gypsies.
Yeah, it's like
I guess legally one couldn't run for president. So
it's like
not...
if you're gonna joke about Orthodox. Yeah.
You mean because they're all felons? Sorry. I'm sorry I stepped on your joke there, Dave.
I wasn't going there. But I forgot where I was going. Thanks to this delicious flying fish beer. No, okay.
That's right. Flying Fish. Come see us. Look up their site. We're there pretty often.
It's the Gypsy Brew.
That's right. So yeah, Homer fucks everything up for the gypsy, so she curses him. This leads to Marge having a beard. Weirdly enough, Bart is stretchy, even though this was a superpower just 2 seasons ago. Lisa has a goat's lower body. I believe this is the first appearance of the fighting leprechaun, which I don't get why the fuck the writers like that and use it all the time. The leprechaun ends up hooking up with the gypsy and they get married, but Bart dies anyway. For me, the big joke in this one is the gypsy saying, how did I not see this coming? And on the tarot cards, you see the flaming jerk and the ruined gypsy.
I don't know. This one doesn't have much for me, and I'm wondering, I guess I was still nostalgic because I guess this is like the last one. Or this or the next one's the last one I watched when it originally came around.
It's kind of hacky, but I do like the bit of Yoda officiating the wedding between the gypsy and the leprechaun.
Yeah, I like that.
I like
that. Yoda, no, but like it's like Yoda feels halfway between a gypsy and a leprechaun to me. If we're to say gypsies are mythological creatures.
The one line that I really like in this one, it's a stupid line when he goes to see her and the cursed one. I know you don't remember me. I don't know why. That's
a fun man. That's a fun game.
Yeah.
All right. House of Wax is sort of like 2001, only it's the Simpsons house and not a spaceship. We have Pierce Brosnan doing the guest voice as the house operating system. The house starts ogling Marge. There's a gag later on where he loses his faculty and becomes a loutish bore. The ending is also great where he's doomed to live with Patty and Selma, especially as he reaches in vain for his self-destruct button, which Patty hides in her cleavage. Anybody got anything?
Really like this one.
I did not like this one.
It's fine. I'm right in the middle.
I shit all this with my rating 2.5.
Wow.
This is when I start getting cruel.
I like the guest voicing. Pierce Brosnan's great in it, I thought. I don't know. I like the Philip K. Dick, like kind of like slice of life tech dystopia vibe of it. I don't know. It feels, if we're gonna have a fucking not that punchy Treehouse of Horror, at least this feels like an original fucking what's it called when the show's made of little shows?
Anthology.
Yeah.
Thank you. At least this feels like it's on theme and it's original. It spoofs things, but it's not like a 1-for-1 parody.
Yeah, they're taking ideas from a few different things here. Like, unlike the next one, which I think might be the real signal of like things are gonna get shitty. The Harry Potter parody, Whiz Kids. The only note I have for this is that it's kind of funny that Bart, being a bad student, does so bad in spell class that when he tries to conjure a prince, it is an abomination against nature that just vomits the whole time. That's all I have for this.
This is also this is a Burns episode, so that bumps it up a few spots to me.
I do like the play that Bart can't spell.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's cute.
Mr. Burns, yeah, he's got some good, like, she's got more
Monty
witchery
Moore.
than Stevie Nicks. I'm ducking Satan. His wife has a screenplay. Krusty's, I've heard of a wailing wall, but this is ridiculous.
That's a good one.
This has some good jokes, unlike the last one. So I gave it a higher score for that. But yeah, this is when it really starts to dip.
Yeah, but like you said, it has jokes, so it doesn't
Mhm.
lose as many. This doesn't gain that many points, but this episode loses less points than some other ones.
Yeah.
This season, what season is this?
12. This is the
12?
first
No,
one,
no,
I think.
no, it's Treehouse of Horror 12. Don't
Oh,
get
right,
turned
right.
around because
Oh,
this is
yeah,
season
yeah, yeah.
13.
This is the first one that dipped under 15 of 30.
Mm.
Well, this is also around when The Simpsons starts hard dipping because people will say that like it gets worse after season 7. People say it gets worse after season 10, but I think that it's really like season 14 that you see the quality like really go
I
off a
agree.
cliff.
I agree with that.
I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Although I like the next one better than this one.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah, I have season 12 ranked at not season 12, Treehouse 12 ranked at 14.
Oh, ditto.
Oh, nice. And
Okay.
it's not because it earned its spot there. It's because the things under it are just like, all right, sure.
Yeah.
Treehouse 13. It has a cool intro. We have the seance of Maud Flanders, who is a
Mhm.
demon. Not the last time we'll see Maud Flanders come back in these Treehouse of Horrors. We start off with send in the clones. Homer clones himself with a magic hammock to do chores until they resent him. We get a cameo from the original Homer, the famous Family Guy gag with Peter Griffin in the background as a clone. The end is a twist with the real Homer being killed and a clone replacing him with no belly button.
Yeah, this is the highlight of this episode.
Yeah, tell you what, I got to piss real quick. So talk about sending the clones, and then the one right after this is the fright to creep and scare harms. See you in a minute.
Okay.
So you think send in the clone? We can do this however we want while he's
Yeah,
gone.
this is
I'll just tell you right now, I actually have this Treehouse ranked as number 5
5 all time.
all time.
This is 13.
Yeah.
I have it at 12.
Okay. I
Because
mean, like,
I have decent scores for the first and last act, and not good for the middle one.
yeah, that's why I wanted us to just kind of like talk it out like this because I don't really give a shit about Fright to Harm. But I really like the Island of Hibbert. I think that it's a good Dr. Monroe parody, but it also I just think Hibbert really shines as like a treehouse character because he's funny and he's punchy, but he's also really dark. Even regular Simpsons, he's really dark, laughing
Mhm.
about like killing patients and shit.
Yeah, he has a good run in these. I think if I had to power rank it, like, because in the later ones, like I think Burns owns the early ones. Hibbert is like a Hibbert one. He's not. I don't think he's as classic as Burns. In the later ones, the only person that makes me laugh is Millhouse.
I love Millhouse.
Millhouse gets great in later seasons.
Kirk Van Houten's one of the most underrated Simpsons character.
Did you
Yeah, he
guys-
doesn't have too many moments in these though.
No, he doesn't.
He's-
But the Millhouse family dynamic is one of the best like sub threads in The Simpsons.
I love when they have them get back together. I think that's like a great later arc.
I think that's lazy. I mean, because like what like I thought like the divorce was like it was like relatable. Like it's less relatable when divorced couples get back together. That
Mhm.
makes it like because they didn't want to affect the main family, but they want to show like shitty stuff like that does happen. Like because we
Well,
don't know
they-
what state it in, but it's still an American town.
I feel like when you're writing for a show like The Simpsons, though, at a certain point, you just got to start undoing plot threads rather than trying to come up with new ones.
Yeah. Well, or they also did the horrible thing of they had the dream episode where Homer leaves Marge and dates fucking Lena Dunham instead.
I'm
don't
happy to
believe I've
say I
seen
messed
that.
that one.
Yeah, I'm
very
I'm
bad.
not even upset.
It's very
I
bad.
mean, yeah, she gave us Adam Driver. She can go away now.
that'll do. So did you guys get all the way to the island of Dr. Hibbert? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, we kind of
Yep.
just skipped over the second one because it's not that funny.
The only gag in this is I said PNE, not piano. That's it. So okay, next.
Yeah, we
Um,
are burning through them.
Yeah.
Oof.
So, 14. The intro is the Simpsons beat each other. Marge shoots Homer. This might be one of the first ones that where the episode actually aired in November. This is where the air times get kind of weird. One of the weird things, despite being so anti-Family Guy, they steal a very early Family Guy plot, and Homer becomes the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, I actually like it.
Yeah,
This is the highest rated one in this episode. It's still only a 5.5. This is when I get cruel from here on out pretty much.
I do love that Marge appears on Homer's list to kill, but he instead kills Selma and like tapes part of Marge's hair to the top. This pisses off God. Great thing where God, as a beam of light, is chasing Homer, but Homer escapes God on a motorcycle and gets past the train, and God is like stuck for whatever reason.
Frankie the Squealer being shot is a great bit.
Great minor character.
Yeah, just pretty forgettable. In fact, it's going to be a lot of forgettable from here on out.
Yep. Well, the next one is not forgettable because people really don't like this one.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
Really?
Just
Frankenstein?
I mean, yeah, I think I have one joke in here that made me laugh.
Yeah.
The Flanders, I did finish first in the race to the cure of homosexuality. Other than that,
yeah.
wait, what's it called? When Jennifer Garner's hosting, our jobs are not that different. I disagree. I thought that was kind of funny, but other than that, yeah, not really any laughs.
Yeah. So yeah, basically Frank brings his dad back to life to see him win the Nobel Prize. His dad is voiced by Jerry Lewis, who obviously Frank is based off of the Nutty Professor. His dad's a monster, keeps adding parts to himself. That's it. It's whatever. Stop the world. I want to goof off. Barton.
Edit.
What?
You didn't hear what you just said?
I said goof. Did I say? I did not mean to.
Jeez. Okay.
Oh.
Stop the world. I want to goof off.
Yeah, goof. I want to goof off. From a comic book, Bart and Milhouse get a watch that will stop time, which they use to prank people. Things get stuck forever as the mob chases them. Bart and Milhouse spend 15 years fucking around with people. They then unfreeze time and the mob kills Martin instead. This is how I can tell things are getting bad because my notes are just what happened and not memorable jokes.
I mean, yeah, I think there's two things maybe. Mm-hmm. Making Homer stab himself with a banana.
I like when the Oscar De La Hoya says, "This kid is fun to punch" about Martin.
Yeah, maybe I was too generous with this 5 out of 10.
Maybe. All right. Well,
I don't know. Wait, this is Treehouse
14.
14. I have it at 16.
Okay.
I have it at 13. There's just some things I really hate about episodes below it. If you're not in the top 12 in mine, you're kind of just like, hey, you barely did anything for me.
First of the worst, then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, first of the worst.
All right. Next, we have 15, starting with the Ned Zone. After a head injury, Ned can touch people and see how they'll die. He has a premonition of killing Homer. He avoids it, but then sees Homer causing a nuclear meltdown instead. Yeah, straight ahead, Dead Zone ripoff.
Yeah, this is the highest rated one of this episode. Seeing the death of the Rosie O'Donnell musical. Well, I didn't need a special power to foresee that. After shooting Homer, Bart in this neighborhood, who hasn't? About how many times he gets injured, I guess.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's not. It doesn't offend my senses.
It's not terrible. Russ, what do you think?
Super average.
Yeah. The one after it, 4 beheadings at a funeral, is a Jack the Ripper Sherlock Holmes type setup. I don't care for any of this.
1.5. This is one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even remember anything. They were in Heads Up, Buddy. A rat's gnawing off your toe. Because Mo runs an opium den. Remember me for my police work and not the murders. I guess those are the only 2 lines I might have chortled at.
Yeah. All right.
In
Russ,
the belly.
If you have nothing to add, I'm going to go to Belly of the Boss. parody of Fantastic Voyage. The Simpsons shrink and enter the body of Mr. Burns. Marge has a revealing swimsuit. The only thing I have here is, can we talk about how hot Marge is? Because they seem to really like highlight it in a lot of these. If those of you don't recall, Marge was actually on the cover of Playboy a few years ago.
I don't.
No.
Actual Playboy or in
Do
The
you get
Simpsons?
Playboy?
Actual Playboy. It was in the news, but yeah, she had an in-character interview on how Lisa talked into appearing in Playboy for feminism reasons, and it's kind of hot.
I'll have to take your word for it. If I'm looking up Playboy online, I'm gonna switch over to porn before I get into any articles.
Yeah, you upset me.
This one I gave 5.5. I mean, maybe it was just in the hopes that it would be better because it was a Mr. Burns centric, and I have oh, that's your background now. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you
my
see?
notes just disappeared. But
Sorry, we're looking at Marge Simpson.
we're
in
looking
Playboy.
at yeah. So
I
that's
mean,
That one's not real.
yeah, that looks like one of those like those gangsta ass boardwalk shirts with SpongeBob with like money.
I do like Marge with her hair down. I'll give you that much.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm an Edna Krabappel man.
R.I.P.
Miss Hoover.
Yeah.
Now I
Meh.
see why they call you Miss Hoover.
All right. Where do you have 15 ranked?
I have it, I believe, higher than no, I guess not. Wow, wait, how low does it go? Oh, maybe it's earlier. 15, where did you go? God damn it.
Well, I'll just tell you.
Oh,
I
15.
mean,
It's at 15.
Oh, okay.
I actually have it ranked way higher than I thought I did. I have it ranked at 12.
Hey, that's in the good zone.
Okay.
That is in the good zone. I think I just don't like a lot of Treehouse of Horrors because I think that in a lot of seasons, the writers just felt obliged to do it out of tradition.
I see that. All right.
And so for me, a lot of times the Treehouse can be a weaker spot in a season, in the middle seasons anyway.
Agreed. Okay, let's see if we could storm through some of these before we're kicked off again. 16, BI, Artificial Intelligence. It's a knockoff of the movie AI. The Simpsons replaced Bart with a robot after he's in a coma. The best gag in the whole thing is Homer shooting the robot bully for fun. He kills them. He builds his own robot body. That's it.
I said I'm a human, not a girl. That's pretty much the only line I got to chuckle. 1.5 out of 10 from me.
Rest.
I guess I would give it like a 3 maybe. It's not the weakest one in this episode for me, but yeah, this is where it falls off hard for me. Next
Agreed.
couple episodes are.
So next we have Mr. Burns comes back with Survival of the Fattest, a parody of Most Dangerous Game. He's hunting people down. For me, the best gag is Apu is killed, immediately reincarnated into a rabbit, yells, "You can't kill a Hindu," gets caught in a trap, and immediately cries out, "Help me, Jesus." Homer resorts to cannibalism, and I kind of like the NFL play-by-play what they have there.
Oh, I hated that. But I did like because he resorted to cannibalism after 6 hours. That's the part.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 2.5. I gave that one.
I wrote low laughs per minute, just straight up following Most Dangerous Game. That's all it is.
I've grown a costume of your face. Everybody gets cursed by a witch to become their Halloween costume.
One of my favorite Twilight Zones.
I actually kind of I this one was better than the other two.
Yeah.
And another one that's fucking great. A great foreshadowing line. Wiggum becoming Jared from Subway.
Oh my
I'm only a little
God.
overweight and sexually ambiguous.
How we all missed the days of sexually ambiguous Jared before we knew too much.
Mo
Yeah,
as
this one has
Dennis
some
Rodman is great.
All right, we got 40 minutes. I don't want to do this again.
My food just got here.
Nice.
Go get it. Go get it.
No, I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to eat in front of people.
Well, don't let it sit outside.
All right, so the joke I have here, you need to go get your food?
No,
Oh, okay.
we're going to burn through this.
So I do love another foreshadowing one that Hibbert is dressed as Dracula, and Quimby calls him Blackula. He gets, just because I'm black and Dracula, that makes me Blackula. Quimby says, send him the standard racism apology. 2005, very early for that joke.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn her gift certificate. I don't even remember what that's, but yeah, there's good jokes in this one. It's just, it's better than the other two.
Yeah.
Give it that.
Let's go right to 17. Maybe let's save our final rankings for like the end. I have a feeling I'm probably going to be publishing your thing too. We get a tail. Sorry, what you say?
Okay. Go on.
All right. We get a Tales from the Crypt intro. First, Married to the Blob. Homer eats meteor goo. And starts eating everybody. There are some fun lines though, like he's trying not to eat teenagers, and then they engage in a barbecue sauce fight. He also attacks Germans at Oktoberfest, leading to the great joke, what did we Germans ever do to deserve this?
I thought that was lazy.
Yeah.
I gave this one a 1. This is the worst one I've given.
Yeah, worst one. Horrible.
I hated at the end how they like fed the homeless people to him. Like that was like too cruel for the, like that's the Simpsons should be better than that. Like that was just it felt cruel to me.
They also
the episode's gross. It's gross. It's not fun to look at, and it's a waste of a Dr. Phil cameo.
As I say, they crammed that cameo in there, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
it's a waste. It was
the first one I've given.
Next, you got to know when to Gollum. The Gollum of Prague would perform any task written on a scroll and placed in its mouth. Bart enlists him to beat people up. A drunk Homer mistakes him for Milhouse. Lisa commands him to speak. He has Richard Lewis's voice. The Gollum feels guilty for killing people. Mark suggests making him a woman. They make one out of Play-Doh, voiced by Fran Drescher. Homer almost immediately kills her for being annoying. They're married. I don't mind it. It's a fine middle of the road.
I liked Richard Lewis, but it's still a 2 for me. Just not good.
It felt more like it was supposed to be like, aw, than it was supposed to be funny, and it's definitely not scary. I don't understand how Treehouse got to this point. I really don't.
I kind of like the next one, The Day the Earth Looked Stupid. What happens is we take the actual War of the Worlds panic. If you're an idiot and never paid attention, there was a radio broadcast of the War of the Worlds that people thought was real in the 30s. So this basically happens with the Simpsons being idiots, and they would believe that would actually happen. Great gag here with a big band Stu says 23 skidoo. The problem is, after everybody realizes it's a hoax, Kang and Kodos take advantage of the confusion to invade. And so then there actually is an alien invasion. Nobody believes Orson Welles. And then super fucking weird ending. They turn it into a metaphor on Iraq, with Kang and Kodos being occupying forces in Springfield.
Yeah, I mean, I like this one more. By that, I mean, I gave it a 4. So it did double the next best score. It had some good jokes. It's either kill him or kill nobody. I like, where was it? Oh, First World War. Why do we keep calling it that?
Great line.
Yeah. So weapons of mass disintegration. That was the satire. But that might have been like 5 years too late. I think I did look that up.
I will tell you that one episode, only one Treehouse of Horror outside of the first 20, made my top 20, which is all I ranked.
It's not this one.
And this is the episode that was bumped out of the top 20. I don't have this episode ranked.
I have it at 27 out of 31. I hated it.
Okay.
Easily one of my least favorite.
Moving on.
I'm mad we're talking about it.
Moving on. 18. E.T. Go Home. It's E.T. but with Kang. Kang ends up in the shower with Homer. Kang's race invades. Homer kills him. That's all I have. I did not care for it.
Kang, he does have some good lines. You hit me in my 700 testicles. List of things that he needs to phone home. 7 billion body bags. But yeah, go ahead and say it's because I'm Jewish. So there were a few. Yeah, there's laughs throughout. So I actually gave this one a 6.
Oh, okay.
I think I was just grasping at straws at this point and wanted to like something.
Yeah.
which went away with the next two.
This episode, this Treehouse, has some of my least favorite Treehouse bits in it, but this episode kind of saves it because you have to give some consideration to the fact that, all right, like this is like in a fighting game when they smash you through the wall and it breaks and you end up in a whole new level. Like you thought you were at the bottom of the Treehouse quality. And then as this episode finishes and you look around, you're like, wait, what am I in right now? What am I watching? Horrible. So I give them some credit on at least they were like, wait, we might be able to find one more sci-fi trope before we just absolutely throw everything out the window.
Next one we have all-time low, Mr. and Mrs. Simpson. A bad parody of a meh movie more famous for the stars hooking up than the actual movie. Yeah, they're spies. They don't know. They try to kill each other. My only takeaway from this is that Marge looks good as a blonde.
The one funny line was Wiggum. We got a complaint from an anonymous neighborino. Other than that, yeah, this is a low. This is like Harry Potter at least is like in the mythical. It's not scary, right. But this is just, it's not even a little bit. It's not even a supernatural movie. It's just yeah, it's shit.
One of the least inspired segments in all of these. Hate it.
All right, let's jump right ahead to Heck House. Bart, Lisa, Milhouse, and Nelson are being tricksters around town. Flanders has a haunted house about being a bad boy leads to hell. They go to actual hell where it's bad. It's all bad. The only thing I like is an actual hell. There's a really cool Hieronymus Bosch tribute, if you're aware, with his landscapes of hell. That's all I got.
Yeah. This is another bad one.
I like Mo representing lust, greed, and envy as he drools over a stripper dancing for him and then robs her.
All right,
and then envies the crotchless.
So this is 18. I have it at 20th. Just because I kind of liked E.T. Go Home.
Yeah, I have it at 18.
Okay. 19. This is the famous season 20 where things picked up a little bit. I don't think this one really does though.
This is
They have a parody of the 2008 election where the voting machine is rigged. I'm sure that's something they will not do again. Starting off, untitled robot parody. It's Transformers, only they're kids' toys. Marge convinces them to not fight. They attack humans instead, making the citizens of Springfield into a foosball game. That's all I got.
The only gag, somber string, and then the bottle's just a kid hanging itself. Other than that, yeah, this is just no jokes really land for me.
Rust.
Two.
Yeah, I'm losing steam because I just like don't like, this is where I start literally ranking them like 18 is 18, 19 is 19, 20 is 20, and then I was like, wait, why am I still ranking these?
After that, we have How to Get Ahead in Deadvertising. There's a neat little Mad Men parody intro, but it has nothing to do with the episode. After accidentally killing Krusty, Homer is approached to kill other celebs so that advertisers can steal their likeness. They end up coming back from heaven to kill him. He ends up in heaven where he locks them all out, and Abe Lincoln is gay for Homer. That's it. They do have a dead prince about like 4 years before he's actually dead. So there's that.
Yeah. Another one. No jokes land for me. I gave it a 1.5 because 1.5 is for not funny at all. 1 is for it offends me.
Yeah, if that's the rating system, I also give it a 1.5.
Yeah, so this didn't offend me, but it's very unfunny.
Out of nowhere, we have what I consider to be a great one. It's the Grand Pumpkin Milhouse.
It's not great, but it's way better than the other two. It's unique.
It's cute.
It's a parody of the Peanuts, The Great Pumpkin. Milhouse is Linus, praying for the Grand Pumpkin to arrive. His tears bring the pumpkin to life. The pumpkin, while at first jolly, is immediately enraged to find out that humans eat pumpkins, especially pumpkin seeds, which is the young. He also does not care about yellow pumpkins because he is proudly racist.
All pumpkins are racist. At least I admit it. Yeah, that's a good line.
The best line of the whole thing is when they bring a Thanksgiving turkey to life who kills the pumpkin by blowing his brains out with a cornucopia. And his final words are pumpkin segregation forever.
Yeah, this one saved this whole episode from being like the bottom 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is 22 for me.
I bet it 20.
Hey.
I already said that. So I'm giving them out for free now. All right. Here's the thing is I watched these. I didn't take and I bet my notes I've just been letting Dave rock out. I have so little input on these next couple.
Fair enough. This
hurt my soul. Like,
all right, I was talking good about one of these coming up. We're there.
I'm curious. This one,
I think. Okay, well, it starts shitty.
Okay, well, all right. Let's get into that. The intro is Universal monsters go out unnoticed for Halloween. Their wives are pissed at them. Homer ends up decapitated. After that, we have Dial M for Murder. Again, another one of those titles. A Hitchcock parody. Lisa agrees with Bart to prank each other's teachers. However, Bart kills Miss Hoover. Lisa is appalled, but now she's stuck in an agreement and has to kill Krabappel. She kills Bart instead.
Yeah, I didn't care for this one. They're too out of character. It's pronounced DNA, you idiot. I don't even know what that's a joke. Let's see. I've been waiting for you and trying to figure out how girls pee. Yeah, there's some decent jokes in this one, but this is the weakest part of this, and I still gave it like a 4.5.
Oh, okay.
I actually really like the next two.
Okay, well, we don't have a cow mankind. Krusty Burger introduces the burger squared, made from cows that eat other cows. However, it turns out it turns people into rage zombies, a la 28 Days Later. Bart eats the burger, but appears to be immune. They must get him to the military, hoping his blood cells hold some kind of cure. Apu helps them. Homer gets bit. It turns out everyone needs to eat Bart's flesh to be inoculated. Marge is horrified, making a Jesus allegory. The compromise is that all that was needed was for Bart to bathe in everybody's food.
Yeah, it has a resolution, unlike a lot. This is this one. It is basically just a straight up 28 Days Later parody, but a lot of the jokes work for me. Yeah, when Krusty gets bit, hey, that's my check cashing arm. Mo, a little tip: you might want to wash me before you eat me. The last book in the world, Arsenio. After tell my wife I love her confusion, Homer, I'll just high five her. Yeah, I think this one just had I have like a whole paragraph of jokes that worked for me in this one.
Right. Well, I can see that one. I'm more curious. There's no business like Mo Business. I really didn't like this, and I think
I liked it. This one I think could fit in with earlier Simpsons episodes.
Really? So it's apparently
I like the other one better for the joke standpoint, but this one had like a classic kind of Simpsons feel to me.
Where the jokes in Don't Have a Cow, Mankind.
I mean, well,
that one episode up for me. The fact that No Business Like Mo Business relies so much on the singing structure knocks it down.
Yeah, I don't think it's a great parody of Sweeney Todd either.
No, it's shoehorned.
I think the songs are catchy and clever enough.
Simpsons have had some really good songs. Like I literally sing like "Who Needs the Quickie Mart" to myself. Like,
and we might sing these if they were in an earlier season.
Maybe
this was.
I
gave this one 20 out of 30. I was hopeful after this one, and then it went right back to shit.
I'll give that one a rewatch.
I think this is easily the best of after like 12.
Okay. All right. Let's keep on moving. This is getting to the point now where I'm
okay.
All right. So War and Pieces, Jumanji parody. All board games come to life. After that, there's Master and Cadaver. While on a second honeymoon, Homer and Marge taking a castaway. Marge is in a bikini. There's a random and gnarly Clockwork Orange tribute with Maggie at the end. Who gives a shit? The only one I feel is kind of worth talking about is Tweenlight. Parody of Twilight. Daniel Radcliffe, aka Harry Potter, voices Edmund the Vampire. Girls are all smitten with him. There's a weird thing where his dad doesn't want to hook up with her either. I do like the end where Homer sacrifices himself to the vampires. He turns into a vampire, but his cholesterol, heavy blood makes them both pass out and presumably die. Anything to say about Treehouse of Horror 21?
My non-lazy Bart hits Millhouse, my non-lazy eye. Okay, so like the first one had some good Millhouse, I guess. But yeah, I had this one 6 out of 30. This is the second to last for me.
Okay. Russ, you got anything?
No, this is actually the one where I watched and I was like, I know I have to do this research for this and for my podcast, but I just can't.
Yeah.
My whole thing is that like The Simpsons is a torch that is passed. Like the writers take a great deal of pride in the tradition of being a Simpsons writer. And this is a great example of where that hurts the show because the tone of the people writing for it has gotten so far away, and they try to do these things that have been done for years, and they try to do these parodies, and it's just not how they write. And it feels like bad content.
Yeah.
Feels like bad Simpsons fanfic. Like I'm reading it on Tumblr.
Oh, yeah. So Treehouse of Horror 22. I'm going to go backwards for this one. So In the Navi is an Avatar parody with Kang and Kodos. I don't give a shit. Who cares? It's not good.
Nope.
Yep. Next is Dial D for Diddley. Again, another one of those fucking things. This is a Dexter parody. Flander thinks he hears God telling him to kill people. There's a great line here where Nelson Muntz's mother is a prostitute who goes to the Yale School for Prostitution. Turns out it's not God telling Flanders to kill, but Homer. After saying there's no God, God appears and strangles Homer. Marge wants him to bring him back, but God reveals Satan is really running the show. Also, Maude is banging the devil. The end. Weird.
I can't even tell what the diving bell and the butterball is based on my notes.
Oh,
something called the diving bell and the butterfly, which I've never seen or heard of.
So yeah, it is. This is considered an all-time bad one. It's parodying a true story from a memoir of a man who developed locked-in syndrome, which is one of the horrible things the human body can do, where basically after a stroke, some people are perfectly...
he just farts. He communicates in farts.
Yes, but in real life, some people are literally locked in their brains are still, their minds are totally normal, but they cannot move anything in their body. And that's what actually happened with this one, except in this, Homer farts to communicate.
This is the one. I gave everyone a 1.5, and it is last place on my list.
Yeah, this is a fucking travesty, really. Because
so
like you said,
yeah.
The way you just presented the idea makes it sound cool and interesting. And this episode doesn't convey any of that at all. This is
at all.
Literally one of the ones where I was like, I'm going to play Fire Emblem and watch these.
On the bright side, it only gets better for me from here on.
Huh. All right, so we got...
I agree.
We got fucking 10 more. Let's get these done. Number 23 has a Mayan apocalypse opening. This is something I was genuinely concerned about because I was an idiot. Greatest story ever hold. They open a large hadron collider in Springfield and a black hole is created. They hide it in the basement, slowly eats the whole town. There are aliens on the other side. Next, Unnormal Activity, parody of Paranormal Activity, except instead of ghosts, they make it like Satan. The episode somehow ends with Homer agreeing to a threesome with 2 demons. Then Back to the Future.
And I just want to throw out things like the safe word is cinnamon is fucking so stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what it did to get a 3 out of me, but that's the highest one from this one.
3 for threesome. That's why.
Boom.
Bart and Homer's Excellent Adventure is a Back to the Future parody. Bart runs into teenage Homer just before he meets Marge. Homer instinctively strangles Bart, but Marge is appalled that he's strangling a child. When he returns to the future, Bart is now the child of Artie Ziff, played by John Lovitz. They call in all alternative universe Homers of versions of Homer to win back Marge. Yeah.
See, this is another one. It's like, why is it a Halloween episode? And I actually think a concept like this would have made a better 22-minuter.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
and they have a whole like we have past episodes, we have future episodes, we have really cool mechanisms to get there. Like, some of these I don't understand why they belong here. Where like one of the future episodes where the way we like the wraparound method of like getting there is Homer cloning himself and dying over and over again to advance the timeline. Like
This one did have a critic nod.
yes.
That's fun. But otherwise, shit episode, 7.5 out of 30.
All right. Number 24. This is where we're getting to the Drex, which is funny because this has my favorite intro out of all of them.
I gave it a +1 for the intro.
Put together by Guillermo del Toro, featuring a reference to one of my favorite obscure movies ever, Phantom of the Paradise. So let's just run through this. Oh, the places you'll do. They do Dr. Seuss for 5 minutes. Dead and Shoulders. Bart's decapitated head gets attached to Lisa's, eventually to Selma's. Freaks No Geeks, a lame parody of Freaks, Lenny and Carl as pinheads. Then it becomes a parody of How I Met Your Mother because that makes sense. Anybody have anything else to say about that?
I don't remember what the ending is, but I wrote in my notes the How I Met Your Mother ending kind of funny.
Oh.
Okay. I don't remember what the joke is, though.
Yeah, I don't remember how they did it either.
Okay.
All right. 25. School is hell. There's a portal to hell in the school, but Bart does great there. A Clockwork Yellow, Clockwork Orange parody with Moe as Alex, Lenny as Carl, and Homer as Dib. The threesome scene is replaced by Homer eating and Marge bored. Turns into an Eyes Wide Shut parody because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I did say nice homage to Stanley Kubrick movies, but still very unfunny. 1.5.
Yeah. The next is The Others. The house is haunted by earlier Simpsons incarnations. I'll never understand why frosty chocolate milkshakes became emblematic of early Homer, but they use it all the time.
This could have been good.
Frosty chocolate milkshakes.
Very unfunny. The only funny line is that, like, they all like showed how they died, and they're just like, "Oh, Willie just killed a baby," but they don't like. That's just a thing he does.
Yeah. Interesting. They actually squeeze in a non-Treehouse of Horror Halloween episode between these two, but not Treehouse of Horror, so we're not covering it.
Get out of here.
Yeah, 26 has a John K from Ren and Stimpy intro.
I gave that a +1.
Yeah, even though it's not really Halloween-ish, but I guess it is.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You take what you get at this point.
Okay. Wanted, Dead Then Alive. Sideshow Bob finally kills Bart, but finds life wanting after finally accomplishing it. He decides to bring Bart back to life so he can kill him over and over again. That's actually fine.
I gave this one a 4 because I'm a big Frasier fan.
Yeah,
like they did. There was a good fourth wall break, nod, wink. 24 years of trying to kill a 10-year-old child finally paid off.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this episode a little bit in our Krabby Club for Jerks Sideshow Bob special. I think that it's nice that it doesn't just rely on empty tropes, and they pull on some of their own lore, like the fact that like Bob needs Bart like the Joker needs Batman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So at least it's not like the laziest episode. It actually does something.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This
Didn't
is
mean to be so dramatic.
the 4 is the high. Yeah, because to rank all the same scores, I have high too to sort them out. If that makes sense. Like if 2 have 20, then 10 high.
Yeah, and this episode needs all the padding it can get because the next segment is Homerzilla.
I can't believe this. The show must not like. It still gets viewership to stay on, but how did this not cause controversy?
Oh yeah, because they're all doing Asian accents the entire time. We're lucky they didn't do the eyes.
I think they're lucky.
There was like a Solitaire movie the movie poster in the background. Other than that, yeah, terrible, and it wasn't funny.
Yeah, agreed. Finally, Telepaths of Glory, which may be the shortest story in the entire series, with only 6 minutes left in the episode, and at least 1 minute being credits. It's a parody of Chronicle. Lisa's filming. All the kids drop down a hole into radioactive goo, which gives them telekinesis. Like, that's all I have.
Abrupt
That
ending,
yawn's a
but
real
a few
yawn.
good laughs. Yeah. I think there was like when someone dropped the bully into the volcano. This isn't a proportional punishment. But other than that, yeah, very bad.
Yeah. All right.
I like when they changed the aspect ratio at the end. That's fun.
That was fun.
Kang says, just because it looks like season 4 doesn't make it season 4.
Good self-awareness.
And they do show some of that later. I know I've seen the later Treehouse of Horror where I think we're gonna get there. I won't spoil it, but Frank has that line referencing.
Right on.
All right. 27. We have an intro with Frank Grimes returning to torment Homer along with Kang and Sideshow Bob. This was total episode number 600. So much. This might be my least favorite of all of them. We have Dry Hard, which is a Hunger Games parody. Mr. Burns controls the water supply. Lisa is chosen. They destroy a reservoir. Then rain comes and there's an ice change.
This one went really off the rails. I think if it focused on like one parody, maybe.
Yeah.
I think, trying to fit too much stuff together. The next one, you said it's your least favorite. I gave this next one a 6. And I have to remember what it is while you're describing it.
Lisa's imaginary friend is killing her real friends, voiced by Sarah Silverman. Homer can see Rachel when he is drunk. Lisa threatens to imagine her into a middle-aged woman in a loveless marriage. And that's it.
Yeah, this one has some, this one I gave a 6. That's like pretty good at this point. The only invisible killer I believe in is God. Plastic wrap doesn't lie, except on the box where it says easy tear off. Yeah, there's some decent stuff. And it's like, it's an actual Halloween plot line.
Yeah, I can see why people like that one. I think
unlike this next one,
Mo Finger 007 parody.
And did you
no, it's not. It's a Kingsman parody.
Oh, huh. Okay.
Right.
Well, I don't know.
No, it's a Kingsman parody.
I don't know anything about the Kingsman, so that would explain how
solid flip. Well, the first one.
Well, yeah. So that's it. It's all that. It has a weird musical ending featuring a lot of canceled shows for Fox. So it has nothing to do with anything.
I did like the one Untitled Seth MacFarlane Show 2017. That one was funny, but
yeah, that was
still 1.5.
That's supposedly the Orville, which I believe is still on the air.
Fun fact: I used to confuse the Kingsman with the King's Speech.
Wow,
I was like, how is that a superpower?
I mean, they both have the same person.
Oh, I guess they do.
They both have Colin Firth, but other than that, yeah, that's very hard to mix up. I was
doing it though.
I don't think so either, and I'm judging you.
All right,
but
next 28. For me, this is the best and the creepiest of the late stage Treehouse of Horrors.
Shocker! This is the one that snuck into my top 20.
Oh, I gave it 11 out of 30 with a 5 high.
Wow. So
with a 5 high.
So first up, we get a neat 3D opening with the Simpsons as Halloween candy, afraid that they'll get picked. Shauna eats Grandpa, and by the way, Shauna is the best new character of the last few years. Superintendent Chalmers' slutty daughter. They survive Halloween, only to end up with a chocolate bunny on top of the fridge who bemoans that they'll be forgotten. The Simpsons then devour the bunny. Could have been its own segment. It was great.
Bart was a Butterfinger. I thought that was cool.
Fun.
And that was a good sight gag. Grandpa's a senior mint.
Senior mints.
Sorry, I cannot stop thinking about Dave using his rating system on women. Just like, yeah, she's an 8 with a 5 high.
No, there'd have to be 3 women. Yeah.
Well, if you're breaking down the components of a woman and ranking them separately.
I'm a professional ranker. Every rank is unique. So this is strictly my Treehouse of Horror ranking system.
All right. First, we have The Exorcist, which weird that it took them this long to make a parody of this.
And it's not terrible.
Yeah, I like it. I like it quite a bit. I think it's actually creepy when Homer sings a parody of Irish Eyes Are Smiling, but with Pazuzu. And while he does it, the fucking toys are like killing themselves and the little elves are bleeding from their eyes.
No one leaves alive. Oh, her first words say, adulterer. Like there's some good stuff in this.
Yep. Next,
this is the spinning when they use the spinning head gag as whoever it lands on has to change your diaper.
Yeah.
If you can't trust a Catholic priest with a child, who can you trust? Yeah, there's some solid jokes in this one. Then it goes right to shit.
I'll be honest,
you think this goes to shit?
The next one is not hilarious. Cora Lisa, it's a parody of Coraline. I love the talking cat. The 3D style is really cool. I think again, this one is also creepy with like Spider Marge and the buttons on the eyes. They decide to merge families because they're progressive, I guess. But yeah,
It's just
I
not
love it.
funny.
There's a
It's
couple
not
of
very
okay
funny.
jokes though, like, hey, didn't we have another kid? So something
The
plays the
three
flute.
button job is okay, but for the most part, meh.
Yeah. The next one, genuinely disturbing. Homer. Homer has the house to himself while the family is away. No food except for a single hot dog. Homer cuts off his finger by mistake, so he eats that. He just continues to eat parts of his own body. The gag I have with this is, can I have some spaghetti with my balls?
There's some decent jokes. I gave it a 4. It's got some okay stuff. They mixed in Barney, comic book guy, and horse. Horse?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
The meta commentary isn't like too ham-fisted, so I like that.
All right. So going on to 29. This one has my smallest amount of notes. iPhones turn people into plants. The movie Split, but with Lisa, and Geriatric Park, which is exactly what it sounds like. I don't have anything to add other than that.
I gave Geriatric Park another one of my I'm offended ones because Geriatric Park was a joke in a Naked Gun movie.
There we go.
So it's just
Oh, was
straight
it?
up that, yeah. So that's not even an original joke. They just took that.
Mhm. All right.
That offends me as a comic.
Number 30, we have an open with the opening with the Omen. The Simpsons choose evil Maggie over a second boy they had. The mark of the beast is on her head. Kearney, Jimbo, and Shauna hang themselves and then make out at the end of the rope. Just cool.
That was the intro, yeah.
Yeah, Ned realizes he has to kill Maggie, lest Ron and Todd turn into emos and hipsters. After that, we literally have Danger Things. It's Stranger Things, but The Simpsons. When Harry Met Slimy, Shape of Water parody, but with Selma and Kang. Heaven Swipes Right is Heaven Can Wait, except Homer comes back to claim the body of someone else who died that day. He chooses a hunky young football player. Then Superintendent Chalmers. It keeps jumping around. Long story short, Mo ends up in Maggie's body.
The only I gave When Harry Met Slimy a 6 because
Oh, wow.
there's a lot of good jokes in there.
Okay.
The mute woman, because they took the mute woman from the actual movie and like sign language. I just choose not to talk to you. My sister says you want to eat me or a green card or a human zoo. Kang, 2 of those things are ridiculous. Yeah, there's Kang. I mean, the aliens always make good jokes, and then they have a nice. Oh, you hate it because there's an Avengers reference at the end, and you hate everything MCU.
That's it.
When you say it, it sounds like you went to school there.
MCU.
Yeah.
I loved it when they do the Infinity Gauntlet snap at the end, and they miss Burns, and you missed me, and then they just throw a can at him. That fucking made me laugh a lot.
All right, we're down to our final 2. Number 31 opens with the 2020 election. Everyone is masked, reflecting our strange new times. Homer's undecided who to vote for, so they list all the horrible things Trump did in the last 4 years in a crawl. Turns out Homer dreams this entire segment. Trump was reelected, and the apocalypse is occurring as a result. Okay.
Which I put eye roll down for because I hate political,
Yeah.
I hate political leaning, extremely one-way humor.
Yeah. So we start with Toy Gory, where we have the 3D look again, where Bart tortures his toys, so they kill him for revenge and turn him into a toy. Into the Homerverse, where alternative universe Homers all come together. Cool animation techniques here. We got a pixel Homer and an anime and a film noir Homer. B9 Rewind is Lisa keeps dying on her birthday. Her and Nelson, they can only get back to normal by killing Gil.
I gave that a 4, but it had so much. I thought that one had potential.
Yeah, they were good. They were good things.
Did you guys see Happy Death Day?
Yes.
Yes.
I loved it. I know it I like that formula, and I thought this one I just wrote weak ending. There was some good jokes in that one though.
Looking at this episode like laid out though, I obviously the joke writing for The Simpsons we had growing up was so much stronger, but I feel like this episode composition could like, I don't know, like a younger generation could get down with this. It's a little pandery, and so like the Homerverse pandery, the Trump shit's pandery. As a kid, I was genuinely afraid of the fucked up toys from Toy Story. So,
Ooh, okay.
But
then who's that a reference?
They were
for,
good
I
at
guess?
heart. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I
guys.
mean, I appreciate the Pixar style animation, but like it just wasn't funny. Except maybe where's your scrotum? I think in my other pants.
All right, finishing it up. The most recent one only debuted 2 weeks ago. 32.
This is all you guys.
Yep. We get Bordy, which is Bambi. We get Parasite. The side of Parasite. We get The Ring. Only it's a TikTok video and like 20 years too late. That one kind of is neat. There, the girl in the ring. What happened? The curse was she didn't receive any Valentines and then died falling down a well. Lisa ends the curse by giving Mary a Valentine, but then Mary is so smothered by Lisa's love, she jumps back down the well. And then we have a weird thing where Homer chops down the treehouse. A bolt of lightning brings it back to life. And then pumpkin style, it rages revenge for how mankind treats trees. Rusty, you got anything?
I thought that this was punchier than the couple of treehouses that came before it. I kind of like the poetic interlude.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's an Edward Gorey type thing in there.
Yeah, it's Vincent Price reads a scary bedtime story to Maggie about how Bart has spent an entire year doing mischief and other bad things. Every month Bart does something like drink beer, steal a car, or whatever. And Maggie strangles Vincent Price with the string to her phonics frog.
All right. Well,
sounds like they acknowledged the treehouse again for the first time in 31 years.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know. I don't remember which of these last couple of episodes it is, but there's this one great Frink line. It's one of the ones where they're in hell, where he says, they make you watch Treehouse of Horror in order. And
okay.
goddamn, I mean, like, guys, I'm sorry for audibly yawning. And I mean, like, boy, do I love The Simpsons. And boy, I'm not a Halloween guy. I'm not a spooky guy. And I just feel like this fucking shows The Simpsons falling apart.
Yeah, it is a timeline of decay.
Yeah, this Treehouse Horror is a bad tooth. You can see.
All right.
Oh man, it makes me sad just scrolling through this.
So minute 30, we're not starting this up again.
All right.
No.
Boom. No, yeah, we're for sure not. Jess, you can do a sick outro. Here's my rankings. Treehouse episode 7, 5, 3, 4, 13. That's my top 5.
3, 5, 7, 4, 6.
All right. You know what? I'll wrap in the rest of mine in 1 minute.
Post. Oh.
No, I'll do it right now. But for right now, it's going to end with me running through it. But I'm going to thank both Dave Primiano and Rusty Wright for being with me in this moment. My worst segments: Mr. and Mrs. Simpsons, 4 beheadings at a funeral, Mo Finger, and then Diving Bell and Butterball. Worst overall, a tie between 27 and 22. That would be the Diving Bell of Butterball, D for Diddley, In the Navy, Hunger Games, BFF RIP, and Mo Finger. Greatest overall, number 7, with The Thing and I, Genesis Tub, and Citizen Kang. Best segments: The Shinning, Citizen Kang, Bart Simpson's Dracula, Genesis Tub, Attack of the 50-Foot Eyesores, The Thing and I. The best latter day: The Grand Pumpkin, and 28 with Exorcist, Coralisa, and Homer. Best intro: Guillermo del Toro. I'm done.
So we don't get to do
Holy
plugs.
shit.
Plug your shit, quick.
Nah.
Sweet Heat Podcast, Crappy Club for Jerks, Dave Primiano.
Rank Bank.
The Rank Bank, Dave Prim Comedy on TikTok. I'm trying to get into that shit.
Oh yeah, you followed me. Thanks for the follow.